Many of you have decided, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with the Motion, I'm going to go with the Force, but you're going back and forth on size. I'm doing a review on the Thule Force XL 18 cubic feet. I wanted to show you where I put it in my garage, how I get it on my SUV, and all the features and benefits and why you want to buy one of these. And I'm also going to show and share with you the weaknesses of this unit. Pull this thing out and let's go over some features and benefits. I've used this thing several times, traveling, going on vacation, going to Dollywood, going through Tennessee, and I hit torrential rains. She doesn't leak. You see what I'm saying? Because some people say, oh, it leaks, it leaks, it leaks. No, she doesn't leak. I mean, I had rain coming sideways and it wouldn't leak. When I was looking at these, one of the things that I was worried about is how strong is this? It actually is very, very, very strong. These seams, you know, you would think it's just, you know what I'm saying, for looks. It's to strengthen the unit. It's not invincible. It's made of a polymer, okay, of ballistic plastic, so it moves. Look it, it does move, but it goes back to place and it can actually take a licking. It can take a beating. Now, the other day when we were on vacation, I saw a guy that had the same unit as mine, but it was just in pieces. And I thought, oh my goodness, you know, because when you're looking at these, you're looking at $700, $800, okay? They're expensive, sometimes even $1,000. And so I went up to the guy and says, hey, how did you destroy your Thule, okay? You know what he did? When you're going into a parking garage, there's sometimes this pipe that's hanging there, and it has the height of how tall your vehicle can be. He wasn't paying attention, and this is mounted, okay, to the top of his SUV. And do you see how it's sloped down? And so right here, he cleared the pipe, but right here, he didn't. And the pipe, listen, that pipe is full of cement. It's not moving. More times than not, people that destroy these, destroy them because of ignorance or a mistake. They go into a parking garage where there's a steel pipe filled with concrete and it's not going to give. And if you're hitting that and continuing to accelerate, yes, you can damage this unit. Also seen these on the side of the road with the rails attached, meaning they did not attach the rails to the top of their roof rack correctly. I'm not talking about this. This was intact and the rails were still stuck on this, right? But they had too much weight in it. This can take 165 pounds. You don't want to put more than that in there. A lot of times I put bulk items in there, like sleeping bags, some luggage, clothes, because I can get more in it that way. As far as sturdiness, how tough this is, the polymer ballistic plastic, it's tough, it really is. I could take a sledgehammer to it and I could crack it and go through it. But that's a sledgehammer. I don't know of any people that are doing that. And the last time I looked when I was traveling, there wasn't on the radio, hey, watch out for what? Watch out for asteroids, okay? Ice or hail will not break this. I don't care how big it is. It's gonna bounce right off of it, okay? The way they've made this is insanely strong. It is strong. It's gonna last, I mean, 20, 30 years if you do the right things with it. Let me show you some more of the highlights. This has Aero Skin. I prefer the Aero Skin preferred to the gloss. This has like a texture to it, and I just like it better. Thule has another version of this called the Motion XT. It's a little more aerodynamic and it's made of a gloss. Now, let me tell you, I know it looks hot, okay? But I have yet to take this out where I didn't get a zillion bugs here as well as the front of my car. And what do? I power wash it off or I spray it off. I've heard of people saying that those with the gloss get scratched much easier. So at first, it's like a brand new car. You know, you go onto the car lot, you get the brand new car, and there isn't a scratch on it. But over time, the gloss gets scratched, and it's not gonna have that same look. Another thing with the Motion XT, which is, again, internally, they're the same material, it's just a different texture. This is Aero Skin, and the Motion has a gloss. It's more aerodynamic in the back, meaning it slopes down. What that means is in the back, when you're packing this, you don't have as much height. And so as far as what? The texture and the way this looks, I like this one, I truly do. One of the things that the Motion XT has that the Force doesn't, okay, is a better or different locking mechanism. This locking mechanism, you put your key in and you turn it. When you're turning this, you have two steel rods that are going in and out of a metal bracket. That's how it's locked. This will not allow you to pull out your key until it is locked. So you have to lock it each and every time. You can't leave it up and pull your keys out. You have to close it. When you close it and you're turning that mechanism, two steel rods are going to the left and the right, and they're going through metal brackets. No one really is going to break into this unit. With the Motion, listen what you have. You put your key in, and again, it's not going to let you release your key, and then you just have a lever that you move to the left, and that opens it up. Yes, I do like that with the Motion XT. It's really state-of-the-art, but the rods that are on the inside of this unit are the same rods. There's no difference. It's just a different way of locking it. It's not like it's a better locking mechanism. It's just a more simple locking mechanism. So you really have to decide, well, do I want this Aero Skin finish, or do I want the gloss that has the tapered back and I'm going to lose a little bit of room, but I have the better locking mechanism? It's a lot more expensive, but here's the thing, it's ultimately up to you. I read a ton of reviews and visited a couple stores and looked at these units, okay? And there are pros and cons to both the Motion and the Force. One, again, of the cons to the Motion with that high gloss is it puts off the sun. Meaning if someone's driving next to you, they could be actually blinded by the sun that's hitting that. Many people have wrote, I'm blinding people. You see people kind of doing this when the sun's hitting it a certain way and going into another person's car. It also heats up a lot more because of the gloss. I don't understand it, but I've seen people scan it to see how hot they are side by side, and the gloss is a lot hotter. So I don't know. Let me show you the inside. How I open it. I put the key in. This, I have to turn the whole thing, and then it opens. And then you kind of, look at. This isn't perfect. You have to kind of shimmy it up, okay? Both the units are going to have the same hardware. Flooring is going to be almost identical. You're going to have your straps right here. Okay, you're going to have 6 of these, or basically 3 sets of 2, where you can strap your luggage down. It's going to come with these. These are just genius. Once you put this on top of the roof, you slide this through and they clip in. This right here clips into this hole. This goes back and forth. So what once you get it there where you want it on the roof, you can adjust this back and forth. Most people don't realize that. And so you put this in here, you lock it in, and then you just turn this. And these levers are going to turn, and it's going to lock around your bar. Once it starts to lock around your bar, you're going to hear that. That means it's totally locked. It's not going to release. And then when you do it, you just spin it out and you go that direction. All right, guys, one more thing. When I was pulling it and moving it, these things, they fly all around. One of the things that I haven't bought yet, I'm just going to get like a cheap backpack or just a padded bag, almost like one of those cheap lunch bales, and put these in it, because every time I go to move it, take it down, I can hear all these sliding around, banging like that. And so I'm going to get like a padded, probably one of those cheapo lunch boxes, and have these inside here still with that lunch box. On this unit, watch this very carefully. This has about a 2-inch lip right here, okay? The Motion has about a 4-inch lip. They've reinforced the front. This is reinforced, but they've done a better job. They did that so it's a tighter seal to guarantee no water is ever going to get in this unit. Although, with this 2-inch lip right here, which is reinforced, that's holding this together, it's stiffening it up along with the bars and everything else, okay? I've never got water in here one time, not one time. What was concerning me was how strong is this thing? So let me show you. This lip going all the way around it is strengthening this on the inside. Let me show you this. There's a steel bar right here holding it together. Here on both sides are steel bars going across a piece of metal. This is part of your locking mechanism right here. Now, another thing that I think is so funny, when you look on the inside of this, okay, and the Motion, identical on the inside, the locking, okay? It's just the outside that looks different on the Motion. And so they've reinforced it here. These ridges here, see this ridge? This here, this here, this here. Okay, those are all built-in molded to give it rigidness, to give it strength, okay? The same thing with all this aerodynamic curve. It's not there just to look pretty. It's there to hold it tight. Nothing's gonna move it, and it makes it about 1,000 times stronger having these details. You have rivets up here. I mean, it really is solidly made. The tie downs, you're going to get 4 of these, and let's say you lose one of these. I don't know how you could. They're not that expensive. They're like 35 bucks, 40 bucks if you ever had to lose one or you broke one. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's under warranty. Let me show you the bottom. Okay, closing it. Now remember, my key will not come out until it's closed, but let me show you the bottom over here. All that stuff falling. See this metal? All of this is there to make it strong. So you have all of this metal here. Those are my brackets that hold it. You have this here. See, all of this is to bring strength to the unit. I can understand, honestly, why they can ask $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 for these units, because unless you just do something real stupid, it's going to last you. What I was mentioning earlier, see how this is just dropped straight down, kind of? This is going to give you more room. I flipped it around. It gives you more room to pack your stuff. So I can pack my stuff up probably, honestly, another foot. The Motion right here, it's tapered. It's like this. Okay, so it's tapered down. It's more aerodynamic, but you lose so much volume when you're putting big bulk items. Like I can put 3 sleeping bags across here very easily. I put my tent in here, 3 chairs in here, 3 sleeping bags. I put 3 rollout mats in here. This is the strongest stuff there is, ballistic polymer. But your roof rack is only guaranteed to hold so much weight. And so when you have this thing weighed down and it's hooked onto your roof rack, and again, you're turning or you're stopping, you're pushing on those bars, they can break, because in those bars is nothing more than a screw that's screwed into the left and to the right, in the front and the back, okay, that's holding that whole get up. It's holding $1,500, $1,800 plus all your valuables in this that are waterproof, but now they're on the side of the road because you were stupid. I'm just kidding. Many of you have decided, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with the Motion, I'm going to go with the Force, but you're going back and forth on size. Okay, understand it. I have a Honda Pilot that's right here. This is a mid-size SUV. I could have actually gone up to the next unit, which is the 22 cubic inch unit, which is going to, now here's the thing, I have a sunroof. It would have put the nose of it over my sunroof, so I would not be able to use the sunroof, but I could vent the sunroof. To me, if I would have known that, because I measured it all, I had to do it again, guys. I'm gonna have to admit, I probably would have gone with the 22 cubic foot. It's just a little bit wider, like a foot longer. Yeah, and again, it depends. Do you have someone helping you put this on top of your unit? Or are you gonna have it in your garage and lower it down? I'm gonna show you, I normally get help putting this on the roof. One person can do it. Yes, it's much easier for 2. And so I treat it like a bear, okay? I'm gonna go like this. That's all my brackets. I'm gonna go here, slowly go up, slide it, slide it, slide it. Now slid it up onto the roof, okay? First thing I do is I center it with this. That's what I want to do. I want to center it with this, and I want to kind of push it forward. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I want to push it until the roof rack hits this little groove here. That's what's that for. Now, if you have your bar right here and it's sitting there where it starts to go down, that means that your trunk is going to open with no problem. Let me show you over here while it's going up. Now, whether you get the 22 or the 18 cubic inch or cubic foot, you're still going to have that much room. It's just in the front. If you get the bigger one, you have to realize the front of it is going to go at least to the end of your sunroof. I got the bigger one, it would come right to here. So it would go almost over my entire sunroof. Let me go into the car and show you. So in my Honda Pilot, it's right there. I can vent this sunroof, but if I got the bigger one, the nose is going to go over the sunroof. For some people, that's not a big deal. Okay, so you're gonna have all this with nothing but right here. So you're not gonna be able to use the sunroom, but you're gonna have a lot more room. That's a decision on either the Motion or the Force that you'll have to decide. This one is the biggest one that they suggested, meaning they don't wanna go out on the limb saying, hey, get the bigger, the brighter, the newer, you know. See, they're not gonna tell you, hey, get the T-Rex, get the biggest one. That's what you need. You know, even the bigger one, you know, it's a little more expensive, but it shows you it's going to come to about here. Okay, so it's another foot forward. So on my car, it would come to the end of the sunroof. But it's a beautiful unit. And again, whichever one you get, yeah, you're going to like it. It's had any water in mine, and we've hit some heavy rain. I hope this helped you out. I hope this has helped you to make some decisions on, you know, if it's going to work for you or not work for you. And from a ways, check it out. It's just neat. I mean, I really like that. I think it looks good. And you might be thinking, well, Matt, I need more room, but I don't want to put the 22 cubic inch in. Well, here's the thing. See that big bad dog right there? This is a stowaway. I put a Truly sticker on it because I like that, but that's a stowaway that has a mount that goes into the hitch and it swings out. I'll put a picture there, but this thing hooks up to your back, and this gives me another 16 cubic foot of space. But again, on this, because it's off the back hitch, you have to put light things in it, bulk items. You can't put any more than 250 pounds in that thing. Last thing you want to be doing is going down the road and your back end is kind of sinking down. As we store ours in our garage, it works perfectly leaving it in the box. And again, some people mount them vertically on the side of a garage. Other people put them on top of tubs, just like I'm doing. I put it on top of those tubs over there. It sits just right on top of the tubs in the box. And then when I'm pulling it off by myself, I pull it off like this. So it's the small end. So it's like this, because this thing is actually quite heavy. It depends on how much space you have. And I think you're really going to like this if you get one. And here's the question, okay? Is it worth the money? Yes, it absolutely is worth the money, okay? At first, you're cringing, but after you use it like 4 or 5 trips and you see how it works, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's cost plus averaging. Yes, let's say you drop $1,000, but you're using it 8 times a year or 10 times a year, and you're using it year after year after year. You divide that out, okay? You're not having to haul something behind you or something else. It really is worth it if you can afford it. They're expensive, okay? And I can understand why they're expensive, because they're built to last. They're very cosmetically appealing and look good. The first time I saw one on a Honda Pilot like mine, it was at Dollywood, and I was just downright jealous. I mean, his was under a tree and he had this exact unit, and I just looked at it and I took my phone out and I just started snapping pictures at it, because I just really screams out, you know, alpha male, take me camping, I want to go to the wilderness. I mean, let's go to Florida, let's go to the Everglades. I mean, and I am really glad the more I use it, that it's an investment. You see what I'm saying? That's how you have to look at it. It's an investment in your life, getting outdoors, doing fun things. It's going to be with you for a while, and a lot of insurance companies, you can insure these if you're scared that something's going to happen to it. Just don't go into parking garage with low roofs, okay? You don't have to worry about hail. Yes, if a tree falls on it, don't worry about that. Worry about your car. Hey, this is Matt. Hope this helped you out. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it.